Grameenphone has become quite a household name in Bangladesh.
Indeed.
So it's been 21 years, I guess, since Grameenphone has been here, starting in 1997.
Yep.
So how far has the reach of Grameenphone service spread during this long span of time?
Yeah, it's been a remarkable story because starting from a small northern European country deciding to make its first step into Asia, they decided to come to Dhaka, and they came to Bangladesh to start a mobile phone operator here. And since that time, we've grown from essentially zero and an initial business plan that said, maybe 100,000, 200,000 phones. We're now at well over 72 million customers in the country, covering every corner of the country. And of those 72 million, 36 million are actually internet users. So this has been a fundamental journey where tens of millions of people have had their first touch, their first experience with modern telecommunication services through the efforts of what was essentially a partnership between a small country in Northern Europe and local business people and entrepreneurs who started this business, as you said, 22 years ago. So it's a remarkable story, and well beyond the telecom impact, there's a lot of impacts that come through the development of telecommunication services. And we've been here now for, this year will be our 22nd year, as you say, and we hope for a long future.
Bangladesh has been going through a lot of socio-economic changes, positive too. So how would you say Grameenphone has contributed to these changes in Bangladesh?
That's an interesting story, because I think you can, it's kind of a fact, incontrovertible fact, that the GDP growth and the changes in the society over the last 10 years or so have been monumental in Bangladesh. When we now have, according to the international statistics, literacy rates among the 15 to 24-year-olds in the 90% range. That's going to come through the demographic pyramid and change fundamentally the country. Poverty rates have been reduced, although there's still a lot of challenges in that area. The Millennium Development Goals that were part of the policy of this government for a long time have been very largely met, with a residual amount of challenges remaining as well. So the society has changed fundamentally. But there are few technologies that have more impact on society than mobile telephony, telecommunications services. This, along with electrification, fundamentally changes the opportunity that is made available to people even in the most rural areas of the country. Mobile phones give people agency, the ability for them to be a participant in society in a broader sense than the village that they had lived in for the previous however long you want to determine. And with a mobile phone comes access to information and education and trade and commerce and healthcare and financial services and security and a measure of democracy as well. So you can't underestimate the impact that telecoms have had. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I think it is one of those fundamental things that have made a massive difference in society over the last number of years, decade and a half or so.
Bangladesh, among the countries where Telenor is operating, Bangladesh stands among the top, I guess. So when it comes to profits, that is, so what are the main reasons of this high profit rate in Bangladesh? Well,
first of all, we have to understand that the size of the market that we cover. Overall, Telenor Group has 173 million subscribers as of the last reports that we've published. There are 72 million of those here in Bangladesh. Okay. So the scale is high. Why are we profitable in Bangladesh? Simply, there's a number of very specific reasons. We've invested significantly and consistently over the last 15, 20 years or so to build the best network in the country. So we have a lot of high-value customers that use the service a lot. The second thing is Bangladesh is an extremely densely populated country, which means that the sites themselves, the 15,000 sites we have, are themselves more densely used and are themselves more profitable there. I think the other thing that's important about our profitability is we have been obsessed with becoming more and more and more efficient in the way we do business.
How much you invested since 1997?
Oh, how since it's about, the number that I have in my head right now is about $4 billion US dollars, about that much. A better number, which is more precise, is last year with the commitment we made to 4G licenses, to spectrum neutrality, to spectrum itself, and the expenses we had in terms of building out the first part of the 4G network, we committed last year $400 million to Bangladesh. And we mostly fund that through our own operations. So while we are profitable, and we are very happy to be profitable because it shows that businesses in Bangladesh in this industry can be profitable, we reinvest massively in the market for the future because we think we're at the very beginning of growth here, especially in the data side.
Okay, so we've had 2G, 3G, 4G, and now we're hearing of 5G, all coming in quick succession. So does this rapid change create any challenges to you in a business sense? And are the subscribers really benefiting from this?
That's a very good question. I think let me answer the first one and remind me of the second one if I forget. We're going to go from 3G to 5G in roughly 8 years in Bangladesh. I expect that we're going to start to see 5G applications in 2020, 2021. 5G is not a big revolution. It is specific applications of technologies towards smart cities or security or intelligent metering or so on. So it's not the hugest revolution, but it is quite expensive. The other parts of the world have taken more than 20 years to do this. And for us in Bangladesh, as an industry, speaking perhaps wearing my hat as the head of AMTOP, which is the industry association, we have to continuously reinvest in this market at an extremely rapid pace. Because in fact, for Bangladesh to be successful in the fourth industrial revolution, we have to compress the development, make it faster for us to catch up to the rest of the world. Because if we just keep doing it at the regular pace, we will always be behind. So we are now launched 4G. 4G will be fully deployed across Bangladesh by sometimes mid next year for us. And 5G will come thereafter. So it is, in fact, quite stressful on businesses to continue to put this amount of capital in. Now, we have an ability to absorb that because we are a profitable business and we have scale and we have efficiency. Do consumers benefit from it? Of our 72 million customers, we still have 45 million who still use basic, simple candy bar handsets, 2G. Now, they want to go further, but those handsets are 7 to 8 euros each. A large number of them are smuggled across the border. They don't pay taxes on them. Sometimes they're not set up to be the most secure phones as well. At the other end of the pyramid, you have 8 million people in our group who have adopted a digital lifestyle. A lifestyle that you would recognize as being the one in the West or the one in Korea or in Malaysia or in Thailand. We have 8 million customers that do that. Not all of them on 4G, by the way, some of them still on 3G. So we see an evolution of people moving towards a digital lifestyle. And we also think it's good for the industry because people who have adopted a digital lifestyle are actually more profitable for us. They actually self-serve, they actually consume more services. So there is an evolution towards this. It's happening quite fast, but we still have a group of people who can't access the digital lifestyle because the handsets are too expensive. So this is something that we're going to have to address in time to make sure that that dream of digital Bangladesh, which is now being realized, is a dream that can extend to the whole population of the country and not just those that can afford a 4G or 3G handset. In fact, just another piece of information, on 4G, we launched in February, March. February we launched technically. By the end of the year, we had 7 million 4G users in our network. So it is happening faster here than any other place in the world. And that is, I think, a testament to a close partnership not always an easy partnership, but a close partnership between government and regulator and industry. And in order for us to get to 5G and to 4G, that's almost like a marriage. It's almost like a marriage. And you know, marriages sometimes are rocky, and they're difficult, and there's arguments, but it's still a marriage. We're stuck with each other, so we have to make sure that we get there. It's critically important for the growth of the country.